Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
Okay, welcome back. I was going to say, I thought maybe you were a few steps closer.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I tried it, but they got like I don't know if it's an electric fence or something right here. I feel I'm scared
I'll just
that I
come
might
to you.
get shot.
Hey, Cedric.
You're
Hey.
breaking the rules. You're breaking the rules.
We can touch from afar.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
you're
right.
way over there.
Let's talk about that forecast again, Cedric. Some changes on the way.
And you know, we do have some changes on the way. Last week, actually, we ended up with all that unsettled weather across southwest Utah, places like St. George. Well, not so much. We got blue skies down that way today. Gorgeous weather showing up there. But then we look across northern Utah. What's happening? Yeah, it looks a little more daunting, a little more threatening out there. So we take a look at our fall leaves camera. I call this the fourplex here with the fall leaves coming down. But you can see more cloud cover as you look at Deer Valley, Sundance, Snow Basin, over towards Park City Mountain. So higher elevations here across northern Utah, seeing more cloud cover. Can't even rule out an isolated sprinkle or a shower this afternoon just because you've got enough moisture and you're getting that lift. But most of the valley locations should remain primarily dry. Temperatures right now, 64 in Logan, 63 degrees at Evanston. But notice, even while we have those clouds in the Heber Valley, there 72 degrees. It's 73 in Salt Lake City, 70 in Wendover, 68 in Provo, 73 in Green River. Good afternoon in Moab, sitting at 70 degrees as well. We've got 70 degrees in Hanksville and 74 degrees in St. George. All right, let's get you outside on the weather map. High pressure, the big blue H, we know that's our weather friend, but still we're sneaking in a couple of broken clouds. But the majority of the clouds, the majority of the rain, the moisture, all associated with this front pushing into the west coast. So you can see we're fairly quiet here now, but here comes that approaching storm system that will be bringing us some impacts here over the next 24 hours. I'm going to time that out for you here hour by hour in just a moment. But first, let's talk about the chance of heavy rainfall today. Notice the lack of it across all of Utah. In fact, you've got to go over into Nevada, back up towards western Idaho to run into any real decent chance of any heavy rainfall. But I do think that changes in the coming hours here as we start to see this front pick up some speed and make its way towards the Beehive State. So high pressure showing us dry conditions this afternoon. Again, you could see a sprinkle or two is possible here in the higher elevations here up towards the Uintas, but I'm not expecting much in the way of a rain chance for us today. But as we go into Tuesday morning, we're talking early Tuesday morning between about 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning. I expect a couple of clusters of showers and thunderstorms to be making their way out of Nevada into western Utah here. And so Box Elder County, Tooele County, heads up, could be a little bit of a wet morning commute, especially the later into the morning you get. And then that pushes towards the I-15 corridor once we get towards lunchtime. So I think a pretty wet afternoon here for us up and down the I-15 corridor from Logan down through the Salt Lake Valley all the way down through Utah County into the I-15 corridor. As you get closer to I-70 near Richfield, we'll be seeing some of those heavy downpours, frequent lightning, the potential of some outflow winds, all of that very possible along with those torrential downpours. And then that pushes into eastern portions of the state as we get into late afternoon into the evening hours. Now, the thing about this is this system is out of here by Wednesday. We're back to full sunshine and high pressure by the time we get towards the middle of the week. But up and down the I-15 corridor, Cache Valley, Salt Lake Valley, Ogden Valley, as you get down towards Utah County, over towards Box Elder, Tooele County, all with a marginal risk for flash flooding. Now, that doesn't mean this entire area is going to be dealing with flooding. It just means that this is the area where we could see some slow-moving, heavy downpours that could lead to that potential of some ponding, if not some flash flooding. All right, that's the bad news. The good news is, hey, I'm tracking the first signs or the first taste of fall-like air moving our way. Not so much for the rest of this work week, but notice by Friday, I'm tracking a big dip in the jet stream here. And yeah, that thing looks to move right over the Beehive State by the time we get towards the weekend. We're talking high temperatures potentially only in the 60s in the valleys, 40s and 50s in the mountains. Near 80 today, mostly sunny, warm. We'll see a few clouds, but that's about it. Southwest Utah, mid-80s, sunshine and warm conditions. St. George, we're going to see those highs in the mid-80s. We'll be in the low to mid-80s on Tuesday with a few isolated storms, mid to upper 80s Wednesday and the Thursday before dropping back into the low 80s for the weekend. Otherwise, the Wasatch Front, we're looking at those temperatures near 80 today, mid-70s with thunderstorms likely Tuesday. Here comes fall for the weekend. Guys?